right, brother. I'm going to walk through the job with you real quick. Um, so most of it's looking pretty good. Sorry. Most of it's looking pretty good. There's a butt joint there that needs to be built up. Pretty much all the butt joints need to be built up. They're a little bit narrow. Your flats are looking pretty decent, most of them. There's a couple of them that need to be built up that I'm noticing. Your screws look sandable, like finished sandable, most of them. There's a couple of them I'll have to clean up, but most of them are finished sandable the way they are. I'll be able to finish sand them. Um, your corner beads, I'm going to straighten those out and build them up a little bit better on the first day. So let's walk through. I'll explain to you what I have to do, and then I'll explain to you how many days it's going to take and what I'll do each day, okay? So you can see the butt joint there on the left top of the window. It's very narrow. It needs to be wider. So I'll be building the butt joints and the beads up the very first day. So let's keep going. Oh. So there's a butt joint over there close to the angle. That needs to be built up quite a bit. It's very narrow. There's a butt joint right there. That needs to be built out really wide. That whole flat across that top angle there, I'm going to load that up straighter. That butt joint on the left of the screenshot right now, that needs to be built up. The bottom one just below it needs to be built up too. And your corner beads are pretty decent, but I'm still going to straighten them out and build them up just a little bit nicer the first day that I'm there, and then I'll be able to pre-sand them the next day and then finish coat. Everything will be ready for finish coat after pre-sand the next day. So now this wall right here on the left in the bathroom, the green board, all those up and down joints, if I finish those the way that they are, just the way that they are, what's going to happen is when you look down that wall during like the 5 o'clock shadow lighting kind of thing, like, you know how the lighting changes during the day and sometimes you don't notice things and then other times of the day you see things more. The 5 o'clock shadow will cause for you to see a wow all the way down that wall if I finish it the way that it is. So what I will do is I will skim that whole wall right up to where the shower, like to where you tell me that the shower, the tile is going to start. I'll skim that whole wall right out so it's all one flat surface the first day, and then I'll pre-sand that the next day and then finish coat it. So let's keep going. But you've done a really good job, honestly. Now, if you look up there, the angle, you can still see the yellow of the tape showing through. So I'm figuring that there's going to be a lot of angles like that. So I'm going to finish all of the angles one side at a time to make it perfect square and perfectly built up, perfect flat, true flush, flat, smooth, nice, very beautiful square inside angles. Make it easier for you to paint and everything. So I'll be redoing all of the angles one side at a time. See up there, you can kind of see the yellow kind of still showing through on the angle. Whoa, let's go back here. Sorry. Now, this factory joint that you're looking at right now going across, and then the other one that joins off on the other wall, it's a little bit low, so I'm going to have to build those up. A lot of your factories are really good, but there's a few of them that I'm noticing that will need to be built up on the first day so they're all ready for pre-sand the next day and then start finish coating. A lot of that wall is good, just needs to be pre-sanded and finish coated except for the butt joints. Now that... Oh. Now the corner bead, I'm going to clean that all up all the way around and straighten it out on the first day. And then that'll be ready for finish coat. That top joint on the very top that's meeting up into the angle, I'm going to coat that all out and straighten it out the first day too. The whole ceiling is ready for pre-sand and finish coating. A lot of those screws up there I'll have to pre-sand, grind the heck out of them, and then skim them out better. But that whole wall there, the up and down joints, I'm going to skim that whole wall and make it all one flush surface. Your screws are looking really good. Most of them are looking like they're ready for finish sand. There's a few of them that, you know, might have a little bit of big edges or whatever that I'll just skim over to make them easier to sand and straighten them out a little bit. Oh, back up just a little bit. Now that butt joint up and down just above the beam on the top there, and then the one just over to the left of it, those need to be built right up. So I'll be building those up the first day. There's two there, and then one above the window. And then that whole top factory that whole flat on the top there, I'm going to straighten that out and clean it up. The one that's goes right into the angle there. Butt joint below the window on the left side, butt joint above the window on the left side, I'm going to build those up. Make them true flat. Butt joint right there, I'll build that up, make it true flat first day. Butt joint above that door. Butt joint there. Those flats look like they're sandable. The flats down below, I'll probably build those up one more time before I pre-sand them for skim coat, just to straighten them out a little bit, clean them up. So basically all the butt joints throughout the whole job I will be redoing the first day and getting them all built up so they're true flat and ready for pre-sand. Screws are looking pretty good though. Most of them are looking like they're ready for finish sand. I'd say 95% of them. So the flats, I'll clean them up and straighten them out after I pre-sand. They're all ready. Most of them are ready for skim coat though. Some of them need to be built up. I'll deal with that the first day. All of the angles I have to finish. Butt joint, butt joint, butt joint. Those all have to be built out wider to make them true flat. So yeah, okay, so my game plan by looking at this video is the first day I will go in, I will build up all the butt joints, I will build up any flat joints that need to be straightened out or possibly built up a little bit. I'll clean up any screws that have big lips or edges on them that could use a little bit of a cleanup and straightening. And all the corner beads will be all straightened out the first day and true flat. And then the second day will be, so that'll be a full day right there. That'll be at least a 7-hour day, possibly 8 hours. And then the second day I will be pre-sanding everything pre-sanded to get ready for finish coat. So after I pre-sand everything the second day, I should have enough time to run through and do one side of the angles throughout the whole job. And then that'll allow the angles to dry till the next day. They'll be fully dry the next day. Well, they should be fully dry the next day because they're already pretty built up anyways. So it's not a heavy fill. And then the next... So... that'd be the second day. I'd have everything all pre-sanded. I would have one side of the angles all first coated, like ready for finish coated. One side of the angles all the way around, and everything pre-sanded and ready to be finish coated. And then the third day, I would come in, hit the beads and the butts, so the beads and the butt joints, and then hit the other side of the angles. So that way they're dry by the fourth day. The fourth day would be skimming all the flats and just touching up any screws or touching up anything that I notice or anything like that needs a little bit of cleaning. So the fourth day would be that, and then the fifth day would be finish sanding. So I think a fair price would be, I'm going to say $900. It's going to take me 5 days. Okay? And it's going to be 4 full days, 7 to 8 hours, and then the fifth day is going to be probably a full day too, sanding. So yeah, I would say $900 would be fair. That's if I don't have to clean the job up after it's all finished sanded. If you're cleaning it yourself, $900. If I have to clean the job after it's finished sanded, then I would have to charge you another $100. So it would be $1,000 if I clean the job, $900 if you're gonna clean the job. Okay. If you're okay with that price, let me know. Let me know what you already have there for finishing mud material. If you don't have any finishing mud there, I would say grab five or six boxes to start with, and after my second day there, I'll be able to tell you if I need another box or so. Okay? If you're okay with that, please get back to me and let me know. Thank you very much for this video. It helped me to be able to see what's going on there. And yeah, you've done a very decent job. There's just a few things that are a little bit low and stuff like that, but I'll catch it all up. I'll make it all true flat and perfectly smooth and easily paintable for you, so it looks beautiful. All right, get back to me if you're okay with that price. So $900 if I don't clean after I finish sand, and $1,000 if you want me to clean after I finish sand. All right, have a great day. I hope to hear from you soon. I should be done this painting job hopefully by Tuesday next week. It's looking like Tuesday so far. I'm going to get in there on the weekend and work a little bit because my mom's going to take my kids, so I'm able to get in there on the weekend this weekend and try to get it done as much as I can so I can get over to your job as soon as possible. All right, and I will keep in touch with you Monday or Tuesday and let you know when I will be ready to drop off my tools if you accept the price that I've just given you and you want me to do the job. Have a great day, Kevin. I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.